Well, hello everybody and good evening. I'm in the process of doing a little bit of testing. I am streaming at 4K 60 FPS, but it seems this is my first attempt at 60 FPS. I'm using a GPU now, a 1080 Ti, to encode on OBS. And the kilobytes per second doesn't seem to hold steady. For some reason, it's kind of jumping around between 29,000 and 18,000. Previously, in the previous streams, I hover around 25,000. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with not maintaining a constant bit rate. And that's why I'm going to go under settings right now and check the output, constant bit rate, rate control, CBR. My bit rate is 29,000. Keyframe is 0. Preset is default. Profile is main. Level is auto. And I'm using 2-pass encoding. And my B-frames is 2. Interesting. Wondering if that could be half the problem. But anyway, I'm just making this also as a record for myself. Yeah, I haven't seen it hit 29,000. I've seen it hit 27.5. So I'm wondering if it's something else. Maybe I should probably cap it at 27. And I'll turn to chat now for those that are tuning in right now. Hey, Liquid Force 134. Hey, I've got an RTX Erubius. I am impressed. Now, with that said, I have the Asus Duo, right? I'm waiting on another one, but I'm going to give this guy a shot. And honestly, so far, I'm not too impressed. Not for the money. The 1080 Ti is more than adequate, considering the increase. All right, hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Liquid Force will be back in a few minutes. Erebus, I've got a 8700K. 2 builds. The Intel one's rocking an RTX. Absolutely. Hey, Gray Man Gaming. Yeah. My bitrate is 29,000, but I'm wondering if it's something else going on. I was streaming in private with just 30 FPS, and now I'm doing 60 FPS. So, now that I've kind of showed you the slideshow, I am going to transition now to what I have set up. As you can see, I have this set at 1440. Perhaps I should have went with the EVGA. Well, I'm waiting on an EVGA right now, but it's not available yet. The one I'm looking for. Oh, you got the MSI. That's pretty good. Oh, I guess I timed out. That's silly. It times out. All right. Well, while I'm here, I'm going to select ship. Check out this new feature. It's kind of neat. Select ship. So if you own your ships, here they are. You can select different looks. So here's an example. I own one, and you could also rent one right here. Or you can go down the list until you run out of your ships, and then it goes into rental. Now I have this Phoenix selected, and it's neat how it comes up right here. Now you can see my FPS is pretty good, but this is, right now, this little square is a 1440p display. Even though I'm streaming you at 4K 60, you get to see these things. And the CPU utilization, and the GPU. There we go. Ah, yeah. Let's see if I can shrink this just a tad. Alright. Now, I'll select that ship. It's already selected. Hit back. And find match. Yeah, it's interesting how it's being utilized right now. So this is not PTU, this is not the Persistent Universe, this is Arena Commander. Just doing some tests. And as you can see, the FPS is holding on the top left-hand side. Hey, Citizen Atheist, Dissident Atheist. Chevon basically says, do you know when the ship sales are going to be on? November sometime. I know it's November 1st, but we'll know soon enough, right? So as you can see, the GPU is not at 100% usage right now, but in a moment it will be. Because of course there's particles in this room. As you know, when we were doing the orbit, we had interesting FPS, and I was standing right here. And there it is. Let's go F. So it's not too bad. I'm just sort of burning this guy in. You can see my overclocks. Here, I'll show you. Home. These are my overclocks. 120 plus. I could probably push it way more. GPU target, doesn't really matter, it's not going to hit that. Put my fans at 100%. Memory could probably go up, but I'm just trying to do balanced, right? Dissident Atheist, nice. So, let's see how this looks. So this is without background blur. This is with background blur. Nice. No background blur. Background blur. On the 1080 Ti, the background blur basically pushed it. Now, of course, you and I both know that the 2080 has two process lanes, I guess you can say. One traditional rendering and one the RTX lane. But that's not enabled in Star Citizen right now. So I guess the reason for one of these is just to eke out that 15% until RTX get implemented, which is nice for reflections and shadows, but we don't know if that's going to be in. No, I actually have in the description, I thought I put it, but okay, I'll tell you. It is the Asus Duo O11G. So it's the 2080 Ti O11G. Now, I'm going to show you the transition. Just walking backwards, nice and slow. Let's normal, no depth of field. It's not bad. I mean, 67 at 1440, it's pretty good. But in this room, it's a lot faster. As you can see, it's like something right out of space. There it is. And I'll just press Z. Space Odyssey 2001. It's not bad. There it is. Boom. No depth of field. No depth of field. 100 FPS, right? So this is good. The GPU is not at 100%. And the temperature is pretty good. 57. How do you like the 2080 compared to the 20? You know what, Camille? I'm not too impressed, but it is helpful. I would be if this was running RTX. I would be, definitely, but I'm not doing that right now. Yeah, the 2080 Dissident Atheist is awesome for, but guess what? I'm only getting 100 FPS, so how am I going to play this on a 4K 144 Hz display? So what that means is I'm going to have to get a second one, right? Nubifier just recently showed a water block solution that actually covers your RAM and the GPU. It's only, what, $300 Australian, but it's pretty good if you're going to, run SLI or, 2 cards. Hey, Morphologist, welcome. You know what? This is my first time. I just popped it in. And I took the 1080 Ti and popped it in the second system. Okay, now it balanced out. The kilobytes per second is balanced out at 30,000. There we go. Now we're streaming good. So I'm doing 4K 60 frames a second broadcast to you, all of you. And this is the 2080 Ti. The Asus Right now it is only 1440. You can see on the top left hand side I'm using the Asus FPS, but what I'm going to do now is put this on underscore display info 3, and you can see it's about accurate. Yeah, you got the draw times. Wow. Now let's see what the depth of field. The reason why I got this is the depth of field. That's what I really wanted, and I noticed that when you throw in the depth of field, it pretty much messes with your performance, right? And you know what's nice also about pulling, 140, 130 frames a second? I can locally record using shadow play, but I can only record at 60 FPS. So I have to figure out a way to take advantage and record at like 120 or whatever I can do. Because what's nice is then you can play it back really smoothly at a slower rate, making it slow-mo. And that's really cool for cinematic effects. Oh, excellent morphologist. Just so you guys know, he does some streaming as well. He has a really good YouTube channel. I think you're at 60,000 followers. So, you're trying to break 100,000 just like me. Good for you. And you're going to get a 2080 Ti. That's awesome. Yes, this is a second. I always use a second rig. It's another 8700K. That one only has 32 gigs of RAM. But now it has the 1080 Ti, where this one has the 2080 Ti. Okay, I'm also going to be showcasing the Tobii eye tracker, and I'll be showing you the performance of the 2080 Ti on Kingdom Come Deliverance. The game, it's a title, but it's running CryEngine. This is to compare, right? This is strictly to compare. So this next hour of streaming is for comparing, and then I'm going to have the 3.3.0Y, if I have the energy. But I'm not going to try to tweak all the performance out of this card just yet. Not this stream. But it's not bad. I mean, it's holding its own. And since I'm streaming at 60 FPS, it's not bad. But I might start using a user config file because I don't need anything that more than 60 FPS right now. And I'll lock it at 60, right? Morphologist 65,000. Way to go. Way to go. Congratulations. I'm really impressed. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get that number, but as long as I make it entertaining and you guys keep being awesome. All right, and here we go. Let's see what happens when I walk. I'm going to walk with depth of field enabled. We're going to see top left-hand side or right-hand side. We're going to see what type of performance we get. I just wish that the camera would not jitter around. It would actually be a lot smoother. So we're still doing 60 FPS at 1440, guys. There. So I'm going to walk back. I'm wondering if memory... Well, right now it's not using too much memory. What's the memory usage on this right now? Let's see. Oh, you don't need to see the clock. All right. GPU-C. All right, there's the memory uses. I don't understand. I don't like this. Look, it's not even showing me the full 11 gigs. So I have to rely on this guy up here. All right, why am I not getting 11 gigs? Huh. That's something. Maybe you guys know. Right now, the temperature, it's pretty low. Let's see, what do I got? I can show you that right here. Let's launch that. Hopefully it doesn't crash on us. No, Brandis, PTU is still on. No thanks. All right. So here is the details on the processor. What's the temperatures? Temperatures. Okay, I'm going to close this. And I'll launch the other one. Do I have the other one? There it is. Let's launch this guy instead. No. So here it is, guys. Here's the temperatures. And I'm just doing air cooling. Noctua. Yeah, Y is getting better, absolutely. So I'm just trying to get my system geared up for in case they release right away. Or within the next week. Yeah. Yes, Matt, I will be in Discord. I'm just trying to limit how much I'm going to get distracted. This is kind of like science, me doing my science prep, and I want to share it with you guys. And I appreciate the 64 of you that are watching. You know, it's not adventurous, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go, I have Discord running right now. Hello, how are you doing? Are you doing well tonight?
Yes, are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Cypher. Thank you. Okay.
Did you see the new Hurston previews from ATV?
Sorry, say again?
Did you see the new Hurston previews from ATV?
No.
Oh, you should look at those when you have the time.
Are you talking about...
Randomers.
Oh yeah, no, I seen it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright, don't mind me. I'm just going to focus on the task at hand. This is an atheist. Benchmark should be 2700 and 9900K. Yeah. When will work correctly this... Aru? It's a game. Whatever correctly you're looking for, I can't answer that. Right now, to me, I'm using it to benchmark my new hardware. And I'm also going to be using another one. It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't want to use any other titles to benchmark my games. So, everyone else is doesn't push my hardware enough. So, all right. So here it is. As you can see, we're holding our own. Temperature on the GPU is here. I'll put it over here. And I'll walk it just one more time.
Are you in the PU right now, or are you on like Arena or Star?
It's on Arena Commander.
Oh, okay.
Arena, yeah. Just trying to minimize any, and then eventually when I do stream, which will be later, after this stream, we can get an interesting performance. Now, again, the 1080 Ti, solid card, even at 4K. And if you can get it like for 400, 500 bucks, it's like a no-brainer. So, all right, so it's holding its own. You know that the Phoenix has a lot of particles. Now, one of the things I want to do is I'm going to go over here. Don't mind me, I'm just going to mute myself, okay? So, right here. Sorry. This is a PG-13 channel, Aru. I'll just put you on timeout for 300 seconds. All right. Here we go. It is... Did you notice that? It's not bad at 1440. And of course, this is not an exact science, so if I put it in orbit over Dalamar, I'll know a little bit more. But it's holding its own at 56. So, this is the next test. And I'll show you what is sort of disappointing me. Oops. Let's go this way. Yes. How did I do that? Is that how I did it? There we go. All right, we're back. Yeah, Dissident Atheist, 7 nanometers, Ryzen. That's going to be awesome. I am super excited. And also, PCIe 4. Hey, hello guys, I see you got the 2080 installed, 2080 Ti, yes. Did you update the software new install? I just updated it. No new install. Everything's the same. I tried to keep everything the same. All right, so now we go back, and there it is, 35 FPS. Do you guys remember what it used to be? Yeah, I'm not too impressed. Not so much with Star Citizen, not so bad. I'm saying I'm not too impressed with the 2080 Ti. At least not yet. Look at my CPU utilization, 30%. So I think it's drivers. But again, in the 2080 and Nvidia's defense, they, instead of doubling the cores, they decided to get us 2 different processing paths, and the RTX is not being used. So that's why it's kind of underwhelming, the performance. Airbus, you will be able to drop the 3700X in that board. Nice. That'll be good. That'll be good. Really good. All right. I think I'm pretty much done on this side, so I'm going to go again. Just look and back up. And we'll put depth of field. So there's depth of field. The nice thing is it handles the depth of field fairly well. And you can see the GPU is at 100%. So my bottleneck now is the 2080 Ti. I think I'm going to pick up a second one. And because I use it, I'm going to be using this for AI as well. I'm going to see what type of performance I get out of it. So 2 of them can't hurt. All right, now in here, I'm getting 51 FPS. So it's not so bad. It's nice. So I'm going to just put this guy right here. And let's do this. Options. Interesting. I wonder if I did not plug this in. I did not plug this in. I guess I didn't. All right. It looks like I won't have face over IP on this session. But it would be nice to see what type of effect. See, here it is. As you can see, depth of field is really nice. It's pretty. I guess it's not too bad. It's a little bit better than the 1080 Ti. Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. There it is. Looks like it's dropping in. I wonder if that has to do with our memory. And I will put the CPU on there. Temperatures. Remember, my 8700 on this PC is delidded, so I doubt you will see 5 GHz base on an 8-core at 1 nanometer. Well, think of it this way. 2 nanometers is DNA strand. So if you get anything near 5, that's pretty amazing. Simba Kim says, this makes my decision easier because I decided to go where, Simba Kim? I had to choose between 2800 now or go to Cape Town in November. Oh, of course, go to Cape Town. It's easier, guys. No doubt about it. You know what? The 2080 Ti is a first gen of RTX. If you can stay with a 1080 rather than jumping to a 2080 Ti, you're good. This is just for you guys. I stream, you watch, you deserve the best. And I might pick up a second one. I just don't want to do it yet because I want to see if they can streamline it and make it better for just a single card when the new drivers get updated. Remember, this is a new card. They'll be tweaking the drivers. Erebus says, hey Sita, can you click GPU Task Manager? Sure, absolutely. Now I know what you mean. Right here. There you go. And yeah, so dedicated GPU memory usage. There's 11. Wow. Shared GPU memory usage? Don't know what that's about. So here's the memory. I don't know why it's not using 11, but it's probably because it's in this area. Okay. I'm going to turn down the music a bit. Don't mind me. I like the drums. It's awesome. But anyway. Cool. So I can chill on upgrading for 3 years. Yeah, Flawbot. Wait until, 7 nanometers kicks in. Morphologist says, saw a fascinating and informed video on the subject of RTX. Discussed how the ending of Moore's law due to transistor size limitations. They're trying to stretch out their lead by introducing new tech. Yeah, you'll be fine. Absolutely, Flawbot. Morphologist continues, that was a core count or going 1 nanometer. Montana Kid, no 2080 Ti. Yeah, honestly, hold off on it, guys. Erebus, coming up with 2050 Star Citizen on Google Quantum XP. Erebus, that's awesome. Flawbot, thanks, guys. Simicum needs to be said, I have a 1080 today, which works well. Absolutely, 1080 Ti, guys. As long as it's not getting temperature throttled, decent. Until RTX is a thing, 2080 Ti is... The cost, especially for a used 1080 Ti, is not justifiable. Erebus says, Star Citizen seems to sit around 8 gigabytes for me on both RTX and... You know what? Honestly, Erebus, my 1080 was always at 11. Between 9 and 11. Always. So, but I've never really played here. So we're going to go to PTU after this and see. They seem to have tweaked OCS to this patch to average FPS is up. Well, that's good. All right, everyone. So I'm going to show you. Let's see. Now you've seen all of this and temperatures. I guess my temperatures are pretty good, right? Not bad. It's definitely cool. I could probably put this at 5.2, but it's okay. I noticed this came down, but the GPU temperature is holding. And I'm wondering if it's because I can go here and increase the voltage and then put it up higher, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Alright, so let's go here and take some time out. Doing 58, that's pretty nice. If it does 4K 60 frames a second, that's what I want, because I'm going to streaming at 4K 60 frames a second. So let's walk. I'm just doing this kind of just make sure that this 2080 Ti. Also know that some 2080 Ti boards, this particular video card is a reference, so it just has bigger cooling. I went with reference. Look at that, 85 frames a second now. That fish tank just takes so much. And there we are. And depth of field. Wow, 30 FPS. What a disappointment. And back to normal. Well, it's not that big of a hit. Oh well. Not yet. Maybe PCIe 4 will get better performance. Alright, so here it is. I'm going to throw in some depth of field. There it is. Very aggressive. Depth of field. And back to 30 FPS. Alright. I need an analog controller. I know I can use the 360, but that's it. Too aggressive. There we are. Yeah, 28 frames a second. Yeah. It's not much of an improvement. Not from the 1080 Ti. Not at all. Alright. Yeah, morphologist. A $2,000 card and a 1080 Ti is, I think, good enough. I have an MSI Apache, 12 gigabytes of memory, a 960M.2, perfect. You take the disappointment better than I do. I would be alarming stuff down and yelling and crying. No problem. If I have to run 2, I will. Dissident Atheist says, Sataro, have you seen the new heat haze effects at Shubin? No, but I would like to check it out. Are you talking Shubin? I'm drawing blank. Oh yeah, I should go there. Erebus says, my MSI RTX cost almost $2,500. Ah, that's tough, man. Flawbot says, good night, everyone. I need my ugly sleep. All right, Flawbot, sleep well. I hope this was informative for you guys. You know, because these cards should be becoming available more now. But I'll leave the same scene up and show you what happens when it's at 1440 for you. There it is. And there it is. Decent 60 FPS at 1440. Now, I noticed that Star Citizen's FPS is more accurate than Asus's. So, I am going to turn off Asus's. I'm going to turn that off. See if it actually frees up some performance. But I have this guy down here at the bottom right. It's weird. This says 55, but this says 70. I wonder if this kind of threw it off. Usually this is pretty consistent. All right. Let's see. It says 72. All right, let's see. I'll just check that link. Yeah, that's a pretty good price. This is the card I have. That is actually linked. I actually paid a lot lower than that, which is good. Hello, Crozono Gaming. None. All right. So it's at 90. You can see the GPU usage goes up a little bit. But, yeah, it's still holding its own. All right. So I'm going to go back and put this back to... There we go. And it's at 36 FPS. So let's see if that's accurate. Yep, that's accurate, and this is accurate now. So this guy's accurate. I'm a happy camper. Now there is something else I'm running, and it might be affecting it. Okay, I must say that this is something I put back in, and it might be affecting it. And I'll show it to you guys. Okay. And I think this would definitely be it. All right. Where is it? Oh, I thought I turned it off, but okay. Toby eye tracking. Toby eye tracking. So you're probably wondering, what is this? What type of contraption is this? Well, this is Toby eye tracking. It's actually quite nice. I use it if you're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. It works really nicely there. So here's the gaze again. Why isn't the gaze working? Did I crash it? Is that it right there? Nope, that's something else. Let's go here. Alright, so this is for testing. Oh, I see. You can't do it. Wow. That's interesting. I've never had this problem before. Now it makes sense. Ha! I never ran Star Citizen, that's why. Alright. Let's tune in the eyes a little bit better. There we go. And see what the performance is. Oh, just got destroyed. Interesting. Let's see what we got. Ooh, lots of damage state. Oh no. What's going on? There's battles. Oh, it's a 600i that ran into us. Battle stations. And we're in trouble now. That's cool. Who is it? Oh, that's actually an engine. Ooh. It's nice. And you can see the performance. It's 46. I guess it's not too bad, but it's definitely not a necessity. Let's see. Wow. Some major damage. My engines are all gone. Oh. So, there it is. I will turn this on. And go from there. How do I fast forward? We're not there yet. This is a live stream. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I can... I don't have engines to regain balance. Let's see if I can cycle it. It's pretty realistic. My engines are down. That's it. Alright, I'll just turn off power. See what type of lights we get. Go under options, audio. Nah, it's not that great of audio. Looks like I have problems. Look at that eye. Isn't that amazing? I just need this analog. Depth feels a bit too tight. I can't pull back on it. There we go. Wow. Yeah, we're only doing 3940. Hey Echo, do you archive your findings on Discord perhaps? Sometimes. sometimes it changes so fast, guys. Driver updates, things like that. It's not even worth it. Now, you know how I went to Arena Commander and I checked this out? This is another test I wanted to do. In my last stream where we did the orbital, I never pulled this out. We should have this at Levski. And in Levski, I put his gun here. So when we go back to the PTU, our ship should be there. So that's where we're heading right now. We're going to go to PTU. Yeah. And right now, just so you guys know, RTX is not enabled. So, if that ever becomes a thing, and the reflection in the eyes and all that, looking forward to that. I'll leave him exactly the way I found him. Look at that. Remember how it was before? Here, I'm going to cancel this. Do you guys remember how on the 1080 Ti this was like really slow? It's a little bit better. But we're still only doing 20 frames a second. Now my real test is I want to pull up the Moby glass and see if that changes too. So join friends. Oh. Wow, look at these guys. Crazy Jimmy, Dust Eater. You look at you guys. Alright, visit location. See where we go. That pristine resolution of pores. Good point. Alright, so we'll see what happens. Dedicated GPU memory still is 7 of 7. So we'll see what happens. Okay, now we're at 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, and it's climbing. Now we're talking. And I'm pulling 66, 68 frames a second. Now we're back to 57. Let's go here. Let's do this. And we're at 30. Oh. All right. This is depth of field time. So it looks like Persistent Universe is better optimized. Not by much, but it is. All right. So I'm doing 42. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think 2 cards will definitely be able to help. Keep this at 60. Considering. Right, let's turn around and move forward. Oh, is this it? Yeah. Alright. Alright, the best lighting that I found on the station. Look at that, 68. I guess it's not too bad. But honestly, for the money, a 1080 Ti is solid. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. I'm going to stand. I'm going to go down. Reset this. There we go. And go up. Maximum zoom. And depth of field, 3. Look at that. That did a bit too much, I think. This helmet's not the best, so I'm going to pick one that I know. Alright. Armor. Voyager. Well. Executive helmet. Torso. Undersuit. Let's go. Alright, armor. Arms. There we go. 38. So in Moby Glass, it drops down still, but it's not at 20 at least. So the 2080 Ti definitely helped a lot, because I used to be, when I pulled this up, as you guys all know, it was like 24 to 30, but now we're at 45, 44. So there's a bit of improvement on the 2080 Ti. Morphologist says, I think Nvidia is defocusing 4K 60 and trying to push the parallel tech instead. A Morphologist, listen, I like parallel tech. You know, with Moore's law diminishing, parallel tech is definitely the way to go, parallel computing. Now, the question is are we going to take advantage of RTX? Imagine this. We don't have to do shadows. We don't have to do reflections. That would free up this type of rendering, the traditional rendering, so much more. Because shadows is always a big burden. And we move it to the RTX side, booyah. It's like having two video cards or parallel processes. Put the shadows and the reflections on the other and do parallel computing and you're set. It'll help Star Citizen in a big way. Sorry. Good news is, though, that this new version of SLI has the capacity pooling video memory because the data transfer rates is so much faster. Morphologist, I don't think it is because Gamers Nexus did some tests with it. And in the past, with SLI, 8 times lane on PCIe 3 you'd actually get a performance hit if you had 2 cards. Well, with the new NVLink bridge, there's no performance hit. So it's actually more than enough bandwidth. So I'm hoping it's going to work. Turning GPU architectures, catching phrase, yeah. Let's just hope RTX doesn't become Nvidia physics. Yes. All right. So with that said, see, it's at 40, 45. That's not bad. And now I'm at 10 gigabytes. So there you go. For whatever reason, Arena Commander didn't do very well with everything. All right. So what I'm going to do now is find out where that Phoenix is because I put a weapon on that Phoenix. And I'm going to go and put some audio for you guys. Ooh, wow. Huh. All right, let's get some audio. It's a little bit better. It looks like it's doing 6059. Now, anybody in chat, can you log in and just see if I have you in my contacts, what the server size is on this guy? Valkyrie. Wow. Finally, my second Valkyrie showed up. All right. Buccaneers. Herald's there. Merlin, Prospector. Here it is. Uh-oh. Nope. Last time I parked it, it was at Levski. So they must have reset the database. Reset it. No, just started a new database.
Delivered to the following landing pad.
I lost the gun. My tests, I waited too long. I should have made this a little faster. Yeah, 2080 Ti is a little bit better. I think we'll know the next time. Well, this weekend there's big events that we're going to have the second part of the role play with synchronizers and the hostage taking, and at the same time I think Board Gamer is going to be having an event too, so that's going to be interesting. And of course, synchronizers, I don't know if you heard, but they have Daymar Rally. Okay, there it is, 39. Let's see how this works. 41, that's pretty good. 44 FPS, it's not too bad. Oh, right, the Phoenix is over here. Closing cargo bay. The elevator's right there. Yeah, Zentrix. I'm basically prepping it. I think we're gonna be going 3.3.0 live soon. So, ouch! I keep forgetting I have to call it first. All right. So first thing I want to check is the gun there. I doubt it because it's a new database. Yep, it's gone. All right, now that that's the way it is, and you know what else I notice is it looks a little different. So I'm gonna power it up and take off on it. Well, that's interesting. That lighting shouldn't be there. Yeah, 49 of 50 Thorn. Yeah, Aren't they having all kinds of issues with those? Andy, yes, they're noticing that the memory is causing issues. Some people say by clocking it a little lower helps. Some people say if you actually, like I do, dedicate 2 different cables to power up the GPU, it helps. I don't know if I would say that that's the end-all be-all of it, but the artifacts that they're running into do definitely remind me of issues with memory. All right. So far, so good. All right. Power on.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries.
There
Enjoy
we
the
go.
ride. System check.
Yeah, Xenthrex, this is 4K 60 FPS, and I'm not using the CPU this time. I'm using a 1080 Ti to do the encoding. So, and at the same time, right now, I'm 29,000 kilobytes a second is what I'm streaming at 4K 60. So I expect the quality to be a little bit less, unfortunately, because of lower bit rate. And there we go. Very good. All right, I'm gonna get back out. Yeah, 47. There it is. Power on. I'm gonna get you some sounds, some music. Let's do that one. Yeah, 40's okay. I wish it was 45, but 36, 37 is like bleh. I know I'm at Port Olisar, I know that, but still. All right. 35. Yep. It's a little bit better, but it's not 60. Definitely not. Showing offline on my end. Add me, Sataro. Sure, no problem right now. Because Xenthrex also has a 2080 Ti. So I'm wondering if I can actually do that. Did you recopy Xenthrex? All the way down to the bottom. Yep, you must have. Can we invite now? See, manage. Like, why not? That's just silly, guys. We need to be able to invite people. Come on. All right. There. I'm back at 24 frames a second. So there you go, guys. Look. A 1080 Ti or a 2080 Ti. 23, 24 frames a second. Same diff. Let's move away from the fish tank. Let's just look at the wall, at the door. There, 43. F1, there it is, 28 frames a second. Again, I noticed that people who have AMDs, they don't have this, and there's other people that report they don't have this issue, so I don't know what this is, as to why this is. So, yeah, absolutely, the 2080 Ti is designed for parallel graphics processing with the RTX and traditional rendering of game engines. But Echo says, my phone just said nope to 2160p. You need the new iPhone to do that. Or an old Sony Pro. Hope they fixed in-game invite. Xenthrex, how do you do the in-game invite? All I know is if I use the web page, I have to restart my client. Which I don't mind doing now that it kind of did my tests. See this shadow right here? If they move this to the RTX side, it'll perform a little better and it'll help. So hopefully later on they use RTX, because that shadows, all these shadows can be moved to the RTX processes and freeing up a lot more processes on the traditional render. At least that's my opinion. The Kinrin says, yeah, he always loses 10 plus FPS when going into movie at 4K. Alright, let's try this then. Let's go now to... Oh, before we do that, let's see. And this, and this, and this. So there we go. GPU-Z. Look, the memory usage here, totally broken. I gotta fix that, or I'll just dump this and get a different one. This is more accurate. And the CPU utilization is a lot higher in the PU. But this is pretty much what I normally, part of the course, this is normal. 40 FPS. Yeah. It's a Phoenix. What's your handle set, Sitaro, pimps? Yeah, it's SITAROW. My phone is yeah. Yeah, it's just Sitaro. Basically, your handle will be Sitaro, but it's Sitaro Sion. Not everything has RTX. That's a really bad idea. No, what I mean is, let us add that feature. And if your car doesn't have RTX, don't use that feature. It's like physics. But you're right. Let's focus on what works for everyone. And if parallel computing and GPU becomes a thing, then we'll just roll with the punches. I mean, we still want to see Vulkan. We still want to see DirectX 12. Andy, to bring up the menu when you're in game, you can press F11 for contacts, F2 for maps, F1 for the general. So the reflections and shadows in Star Citizen would be incredible with RTX. Absolutely. And that's what I would love to see. It would push the envelope. You know, like Mass Effect Andromeda. They were working on a lot of awesome tech that just never made, you know, never seen the light of day because they didn't have enough time. Like amazing things. And I don't want Star Citizen to be that. For those impatient types, I mean, there's many games out there to tie you over. You know, choose your poison. Anyway, the Kinren says, because of the loss of FPS at 4K in Mobi, I use instead and don't have an issue. I have a 1070 though. Yeah, honestly, even the 2070 is pretty good. So here it is. Let's see what happens when I do this. Options, graphics, 14. Here we go. And yes. All right, back. And we're at 44. Look at that. It has to do with the GUI, you know. It has to. Oh, Andy. How do you bring up the menu? Oh, I see. This is actually an install. You just download it. It's the GPU tweak UI. So you just go home. You can select your tweakage. Here's an example. I'm going to increase the memory. So memory clock. Let's bring it up to 756. Apply and save. And there. Seems to be holding its own. Did it help? It's hard to say. So, at any rate, let's see. Can you... A roaming gnome. It's a bit too early for that, wouldn't you say? Thorn incoming since Sitara. I get 45 FPS with 760 on PTU. That's awesome. You're playing at 1080, correct, Thorin? Remember that OCS is not even finished. Absolutely. And the RTX drivers are not even finished. So, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and I agree. Antic, let's just focus task at hand. Let's work on that. Thornin, I'm not sure how much is on your GPU. Yeah, I think they use Scaleform for the GUI, which is Flash based. Maybe Flash doesn't scale well at 4K. The Kinran, thank you for that info. That's really good. Bluesman, hello and welcome. Morphologist says, what are you guys doing? Give this guy some likes. Morphologist, thank you. Zenthrex says, your 2080 Ti is performing really well. Thank you, Zenthrex. Solid 720 is really nice. Yeah, it's not bad at all. But it does drop every now and then. So, and I just basically didn't really push it too hard. So I'm happy. I'm happy in that sense, but I'm not pulling 60. Anyway, let's get out of this and see. See? So there's 60. But wait a minute. This is 1440p. Oh, somebody's here. Somebody's outside. Oh, look what it is. It's another one. Let's zoom in. Let's accept. Accepting. Seismer. I can't see. Those struts are in the way. Who's the culprit today? Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm going to go 4K now. Graphics, back to 4K. Well, UHD. Oops. There we go. Yes. And we just go like this. For those of you who want to see this, go to here. Bob Mitch in the last stream showed me this. Vanity Flare. There you go. And save. And voila. There's the piano. It's a nice little ship. But I can't sit. But you could turn it on. Moonlight. It is environmental. Look how close he is. Now let's see. Oh, you have to get out of your seat. That strut is still in the way. Here, maybe this will help. You have to be kidding me. Wow. Oh well. That's just funny. There we go. There you go. You can see someone there. You can even see his map. Liquid Force, welcome back. Oh, it's you, Liquid Force 134. Are you streaming too? Put the link in the live chat. All right. So I'm going to do something else, guys. Okay. I'm just going to take a break. I hope this doesn't. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. I'll also show you that you can do this, and I know you already know this. There's the propulsion. I'm just going to unequip and get rid of, free up some space for dancing. Cha cha cha, la la la, yabba dabba doo, yabba yabba doo. All right. So we're talking 30 frames a second right now. It's like nothing. I heard something tapping. Okay. It's not bad, but I'm just not impressed. Yeah, the 1080 Ti is definitely good for the money. So here it is, the room that has the best. So this is 4K. In this room, I'm getting 67 frames a second in a PU, which is not bad. Outside the room, it slows down. And let's go and see the utilization. There you go. And go back in. Let's go. Let's get some light. There we go. Light. It's good. I'm going to go depth of field enabled. So now it drops, but not by much. No depth of field. Wow. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep tweaking it a little bit more. And we'll see if I can sneak it. But at the way it is with the latest drivers from Nvidia, that's the performance. So let's just do a nice little walk. And I am streaming to you at 4K 60 frames a second, 29,000 kilobytes a second. And hopefully it looks good for those that have 4K 60 frames a second TV. Chromecast Ultra works at 4K 60 FPS really well. Or if you have a Sony, that also can handle it. So, now, I'm going to do this. Alt F4. Same stuff. Closing this. I'm just going to quickly show you guys this. So quitting this. And let's do this. And I'm going to turn off the music now. Just because. Just to compare. Alright? This is just to compare. So we don't all get to this. This is using CryEngine. Okay? I'm using Zentherex. I'm pretty sure I'm using the latest one. Whoa, that's loud. I'm just going to turn down the music. Okay. There it is. Okie dokie. Settings. And sound. In-game. Sound volume music. I'm going to turn this down. And confirm. So these are the graphics settings. I set it to ultra. Everything really far. No anti-aliasing. And this is the Tobii eye tracking. I'm going to turn it on. Confirm. Yes. Alright. Now, there's the GPU. You can see the CPU usage. There's that. Yay. And I'm going to go here, see what the CPU temperatures are doing. Not even playing right now. And let's see. I'm going to fire this up so you guys can know what this is in case you don't know. Open, move this out of the way. Click it, gaze. Oh, wow. Off, on. See my eyes blinking 1, blinking 2. Huh. Alright. And here's some gaming experiences. Here it is. This, I try to run it, but it doesn't run for some reason. Maybe because of this. Alright. Let's, I just want to demo one of the things that's cool about it. And games and experiences. Intro. I think this is the intro, the overview. Okay. So you have entered full screen mode. Oh wow, it just kicks out. So what's going on? I'll just leave this for now because I want to show you this to you guys. And I'm going to minimize this and minimize these things. Yeah, and I'm going to close this because that's not necessary. Let's see what happens now. Okay, still doesn't do it. Alright. Here it is. Alright. Yeah, it just keeps crashing out. So, don't mind me. I'm just going to quickly do this. Restarting real quick. How do you get that gold armor chest? Chevron, this one is you get as a perk when you have donated over 5,000 USD to the project. Yes, I am using the Elgato 4K 60 to capture. Absolutely. Not the Black Magic one. So, let's just... so far, so good. Alright. So that was pretty solid, you know. That's pretty good. Here it is. It's back to what it's supposed to be, which is good. I'll put that up here. This one right there. And see if this is going. It is. And there it is. Gaze. Let's see if it opens up. There it is. And I'm going to minimize it. So as you can see, where this is, it's where I'm looking. Go online, start offline mode. It's kind of neat. And of course this is RAM drive, but I'm going to keep it off. I don't want to use that right now. Wanted to ask if you're using Elgato. Yeah, awesome. So this is my eyesight. So as you can see, I'm moving around. And this is a really cool feature with head tracking and this. And I'll show you why it's really cool. I don't know if you guys watched any Gundam or that type of thing, but this is really cool. Game experiences. I will do the intro so you guys can see how it goes. And I'm going to leave this up so you can see where I'm looking. So the idea is, hi, you are about to experience Tobii eye tracking in gaming. So the autopilot is on, activating infinite screen. So look around to explore space. So you can move your head, you can move your eye, and the idea is, oh wow, it's kind of loud. Just give me a second, I'm going to turn this down. Yeah, that's way too loud. Volume mixer. There we go. So the idea is you just basically look at what you want to. Wherever you look, you just fire by pressing spacebar. Like, the reaction time is crazy. You see that? Watch this. Your eye is so much faster. Isn't that neat, guys? This is not Track IR. This is Tobii eye tracking. It tracks your eyes, and that's it. And then when you move your head, it's just like Track IR. Sorry, guys. If it's too loud, I did turn it down, but... Oh, you can't hear me now? Okay, sorry, guys. All right. I just want to turn down that stupid sound. Oh, okay, that's how I do it. There, that should help. No, that's not going to work. That's just nuts. Here, I'll just do this. There we go. I'll turn that down so that it doesn't send it. So, yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? I hope you guys understand what I was trying to show. And I'm probably pretty loud right now. So I do apologize. Don't want to bleed your ears. Okay. There we go. I think that's a little better. CSGO with this eye tracking is literally hacks. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not bad, you know. And then wherever you look, you can see. But here's an example, a typical example of. I'm just going to hit continue because we pretty much did everything. Oh wait, I don't know if Tobii eye tracking is enabled or not. I could quickly enable it. Yeah. No, it's not set up. So all you do is go here, settings, Tobii eye tracking, on. And there you go, and confirm. Oh, Tobii eye tracking, and I want to clean UI. Thank you. That's, oh, I forgot the last one. Yes, confirm. All right. And there. So now you could just rotate and look around. Just like you normally would, and you could sit up, you know, wherever you go. It's kind of neat. Of course, this ball is kind of distracting, but I mean, this is not Star Citizen, guys. This is totally not Star Citizen. I mean, I'm already trying to do things that I normally do in Star Citizen, and I can't do it in this game. But if this is using RTX, I'm impressed. I don't know if it is yet. Alright, so now let's get some audio. Yeah, I don't care. So you can see at the bottom right hand side 45, and the top left hand side is just like our display info. How do I open the door again?
Why such haste?
Well, because I'm just running around. I want to go outside. Okay, there's the shadow. See, it's not using RTX. Still pretty nice. I haven't actually played since last episode of this game when I was streaming it. So it's E to open up. There you go. See, notice how it interacted? That's what Star Citizen's going to have too. Let's see if I can just go ahead and help myself to this. Yep.
Oh, you're interested in what's inside?
Oh yeah, and I got access to it.
Books,
Too bad.
written by the devil himself.
Yeah,
Who cares
whatever.
about them?
Steal? Sounds good. There you go. That's all I need. Here. I don't really care about that. Excuse me, mister.
Slow down, brother.
Yeah, I know. Alright, I think this is good enough. I wonder if I can go outside. There's an outside area. Oh, let's go this way.
Slow down, brother.
And I don't even know how to get into third person. Is there a way to do that? No.
Brother? Stealing is a sin. You should know that as a Christian, and certainly as a monk. Even if I wanted to forgive you, I couldn't. Thou shalt not steal.
Very well, brother. I accept my punishment.
I still need to look through your pockets to see if you have anything you shouldn't. You have a weapon here, in the monastery. I don't care where you got it or why, but clearly your intentions are not honorable. You failed to complete your trial period as a novice. You are hereby banished from the Order of St. Benedict. Be gone at once.
Woohoo! Alright, anyway. Let's save and quit. Just quit. So there you go. This is the 2080 Ti. Still only pulling like 46 FPS on another engine. CryEngine. So, yep. I think I'll need 2 of these in order to actually hit the fabled FPS that what I'm looking for, which is 60 FPS at 4K. So, exit this. Shutting that down. There it is. It's gone. Shutting this down. And we're going to do a little bit of live stream, but I'm going to restart. Alright, okay, everybody? I'll restart with a new round and see how well this works. Okay? But before I restart, I will turn my attention to you all in chat for a little bit. Let's see, where's that home? It's my favorite, one of my favorites. There we go. All right. Thank you for tuning in the Sataro channel. It is 110 of you that is watching, which is great. As Enthray says, we're both part of the Synchronizers org. Aztec says, oh, you can find Sataro on Discord for sure. Several group orgs in which he's available. Absolutely. It looks incredible. I'm playing Witcher 3 nowadays. Want to finish it? Yeah. I own a lot of games. I just don't play them. To be honest, the only time I play a game is when I'm streaming. 2 birds with 1 stone. And I like spending time with you guys and testing. And this is the best stuff I can do with what I have. And I hope you do enjoy it, and it works well. Adrian says, stop shenanigans in Monastery. Yeah. No, that's not how you play that game. You do not run around. You do not push people around. And you definitely don't steal. Oh, yeah. And you're probably wondering, where did I get that knife? It was another person's stash. I didn't want it. I want to put it away. But I don't know who to give it to yet. Apparently, there's some sort of politics happening inside that place. Dean Holmes says, have you tried the voice commander software with Star Citizen? Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just waiting for a specific voice actor. Once it's there, I'll jump in. Make it so, yeah. I mean, Q's there, which is pretty neat. Oh, Q, come on. At any rate, the voice actor I'm waiting for is not there yet, so we'll see when it comes. Yeah, and my Discord, if you guys want to join for the next round, is here. And I'll send it to you guys. Copy. And it is... let's see. Here it is. Paste. And go. That's awesome. Nice rhyme. Do you know when they will have their anniversary sale? It should be Black Friday, usually around that weekend, like the second last weekend of November. I'm pretty sure. We meet again, Bob Ross and Cryo. What's one question you would ask Chris Roberts? This is what I would ask, okay? And I'm going to share it with you guys. This is important. And I'm sure you guys seen this before. Since we are doing procedural animation, procedural stuff, this is what I'd like to see put in. And so what it is this is a concept. Neil Adams, he basically made he made a DVD that showcases that moons in our solar system, they show evidence now that we're doing topography, that the teachings and what's commonly accepted about, geography and how the Earth and the moons came to be. It's interesting. But what happens is he's noticed that there is meteorite craters on the moon and other moons like Io of Jupiter that basically are split in half. It's as if having stretch marks. It's like the land mass expanded. And now that we have spheres and three-dimensional maps, and we're actually doing scanning of these things, we actually can see what happens. In this example, he says that he took the carbon dating of sea mammals from that, and he basically stepped it back. And as he did that, all of the land started to form into its own little piece, which is kind of neat. So the Earth, I guess, was 40% smaller, and the atmosphere was a lot thicker, kind of like Jupiter back then. And this probably could have happened, but it was not just, I don't know what the timeline is or whatever. I don't know any of that. You'd have to watch the video. But the concept is neat. Imagine if we were to create a sphere and then expand it, and then we use, as it expands, in between, you would have random filler. And eventually you would have a realistic looking planet or moon. And that's what I notice when I look at our moons and our procedural planets. They don't seem natural. They seem artificial. But if we were to do something like this, it would just expand. Forget the water. I wouldn't worry so much about the water. But as it expands, kind of like a geode, inside of a geode you have those crystals. As they grow, kind of makes it form and grow, which is kind of neat. And I was talking with a fellow colleague about this concept, and it would be really neat to see if we can actually use this to quickly grow a moon, a planet, based on your criteria. And it would just cause erosion really quickly in between the cracks, of course, and you'd have a unique planet every time. So anyway, I'd love to ask him, if this is possible. If I were to ask another question, it would be this. Here, I'll do this transition. 1 second. And I posted this as well. And, just making them aware and see, hey, are you aware of this? This is kind of neat too. It's also on YouTube. Good reference. All right. So here's an example. I'm sure you guys seen this before, but if you haven't, it's worth a watch. So what happens, you got your target actor, real time, whatever video, and he moves his face, and of course, they superimpose it in. And then you have the last. So tracking target, and then he just puts it in, and that's what you have. And then this guy's just waving back and forth, which is kind of neat. And look, see? And it's cool, as you can see. It's kind of like what we have with face over IP. And they're working on this technology. But if you throw in AI, it actually can make it realistic. And I think it's right here. Yes, this one here is kind of cool. Cigarette.
Given this audio as input,
It's been less than a week since the deadliest mass shooting in American history.
our method produces the following output.
It's been less than a week since the deadliest mass shooting in American history. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando,
Here's the ground truth video of Obama saying the same words.
especially our friends who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender.
And here
I
it is.
visited 0.5
All of these
million new
are
jobs
created.
over 75 straight months. We've seen the first sustained manufacturing growth since the 90s. We've cut unemployment by more than half.
It's scary
Another
stuff.
20 million Americans have health
But
insurance.
I would definitely ask about that. That's something else I would ask about. Where did all the extra material come from? Oh, Harry, that's the nice thing about CERN and all of the experiments we're finding. We're starting to understand that interstellar and even neutrinos and everything like that, it's being captured. And over time, that happens. But you also got to factor this in. We're assuming that the atmosphere on Earth was always, what it is today. And that's not the case. It could have been a lot thicker and denser and more kilometers, just like in Jupiter. So there's a lot that we don't know about. And we're just looking at science and observable evidence. And eventually we'll understand these things, which is really exciting. So that's what it is. It's all about observation. Pangea was literally, Pangea is not the only big continent. There's Amasia as well. That's another one. And Flat Earth, I don't even have time for that. So, media's buzzwords for this called deep, yeah, Pyro. Deep fake. That's right. It is deep fake. So what it is my voice. It's on the internet. Somebody can take it now and emulate it to say whatever they want, which is kind of neat and scary at the same time. But I'm looking at how can we take that technology and put it into something exciting for Star Citizen. But yeah, no, procedural planet, to make it look natural and not to take too much of the artist's time is definitely something to look at. And of course, if we can simulate it and emulate it, it's just another way of us copying nature, right? And geodes, they're pretty neat stuff. A lot of people don't even know that there's natural nuclear reactors on Earth, and it just keeps working, Pyro Chimp says animals used to be a lot bigger because there was more oxygen back then, and it was more buoyancy probably in the atmosphere. It's hard to say. We can't observe it today. Stoner Pizza says they can grow weed. That's funny. All right. So what we'll do is we'll end the stream here, and I'm going to start another one. But give me about 10 minutes. And what I'd like to do is do a little bit of cargo running. And what I want to do is I'm hoping to go to Grimhex and spawn a few ships with cargo in it. And I'm going to get you guys, like whoever wants to participate, to take the cargo to certain locations. And once it's there, I'll come run real fast and see about selling it. That's the sad part. I can't just give you ships. Unfortunately, when you get there, I have to be the guy who sells it, which sucks, but it's okay for now, I suppose. Yeah, Echo says 65 billion neutrinos pass through 1 square centimeter of area of Earth every second. Oh yeah, that's our solar particles, right? And we have interstellar particles. So all those explosions and other stars, that matter eventually comes to us as well. Yet no dark matter detected yet. Yeah, absolutely, Echo. But we're trying. Experiments are experiments, right? Can I join you on the cargo run? Absolutely, Zero. This is for fun for everybody. Will it be in 4K? Absolutely, Cryo. It's going to be in 4K, streaming to you at 4K 60. So, this is just awareness, right? And let's have fun. So I'll be back shortly.